Hi, Jay Whitner here with Crowdfunding Coverage, our TV show on the internet for Kickstarter coaching. We do a quick recap of what happens each month. So today we're going to be talking about August of 2016. In August, there were 6 big crowdfunding campaigns that brought in $800,000 or more. And these larger campaigns brought in a collective $10 million. The largest campaign was the Superbook campaign that we'll talk about later. So, but before we cover the 6 big campaigns, we'll talk about some of the news of the month. As of now, there are 14 funding portals that are approved by FINRA for Title III of the Jobs Act, crowdfunding for Main Street. While there are 14 of them, WeFunder is the big leader so far in terms of number of transactions and dollars raised. And here we actually have that in graphic format for the first 3 months of the crowdfunding for Main Street situation. See the pie chart here. I can't actually read the text here, but it looks like maybe 80% of all the deals, maybe a little bit more, have been done by WeFunder so far. So our hats off to the people at WeFunder. Great job, and we look forward to seeing more to come. Kickstarter's in the news. They've added some new functionality. One piece is that backers can now follow creators. So if there's a certain person that's created a campaign you really admire, or 2, you can now follow them, so you get early advisories that the creator that you like has opened up the project, so you can participate early. And you might wonder why this is useful, but Kickstarter does a lot of transactions, a lot of different campaigns every month, so it's easy to miss campaigns you might want to follow. So this will be one tool to address that. Another step by Kickstarter is adding a prototype gallery. In some campaigns, the creator spends some time talking about the process they went through to develop whatever their product is, sketches, prototypes, wrong turns, all that sort of thing. So Kickstarter has opened up a prototype gallery to sort of collect some of this type of information for the people that want to share that with their community. And we'll see if people take to that. Also in Kickstarter, which really dominated the crowdfunding news in August, they've opened in Asia. So now they're doing Hong Kong and Singapore. And in the past, Kickstarter has really had a very strong English language focus. So here they're spreading it out a little bit wider with Hong Kong and Singapore. And Hong Kong actually has had a fairly interesting level of participation so far, but they've like opened up an office or a company in the U.S. to do things like that. Now you can actually be domiciled in Hong Kong and run a campaign on Kickstarter. So the 6 big campaigns of August, they range from just under $1 million to $3 million. The length of the videos was 1 minute to 5 minutes. We typically recommend somewhere in the 2-minute range as being a good length. So 5 minutes is pushing things a bit. The campaign length ranged from 30 to 42 days. Somewhere around 30 days, it seems to be the group think on what's the best duration for a campaign. In the reward levels, they range from 11 to 21. To me, 11 sounds pretty good. It gives a diversity of rewards to your backers without getting too cumbersome in terms of lots and lots of different things. 20 is already pushing it. It gets to be very hard when it comes to the fulfillment phase of your campaign. And the updates, people were good with updates of these leading campaigns, range from 7 to 17 updates. I tend to think like 2 updates a week is probably a good amount of updates to be releasing. So these people are, that or a bit more. So that sounds pretty good. So the first campaign, minimalist watches. These are simple watches without a whole bunch of whiz-bang features to them. These people raised almost $1 million in this campaign for the minimalist watches. And some of the things that they did in their campaign were the watches, even though they're simple, they had a variety of sizes and colors and a couple different designs. So this gives the backers a choice. I'm a big fan of that. Now, you can't get too carried away with it because you can hurt your finances, because there's costs involved with all the different deviations that you go through in terms of how many colors you offer and all that stuff. But try to find a good balance. Try to give some choice to your backers about what they, what they're interested in backing. This campaign also had like numbered serial numbers on their watches for this early. This is like the start of a new campaign, a new division of the company to do these watches. So this is their first one, so they're doing serial numbers on the watches. Like, your watch is 5 of 200 or something like that. They also are using the early bird pricing levels. This is discounted prices to get people into the campaigns early to build momentum at the very beginning. Next, we have monkey bars. This is a small, portable, lightweight exercise device. If you travel a lot, this might be just the thing. They raised over $1 million. It was a big campaign. They had 5 stretch goals that they reached, which is a good way to keep things moving along. After you've reached, your Kickstarter goal, you need to come up with things to keep the people engaged, interested in purchasing. They use GIFs, the mini videos that you see. They use that very well. And they also had 3 different levels of their product with 3 different price points. It is good to offer things at different price levels because not everybody's in the same situation. So, some people might be comfortable spending $200, but others, $100 is more where they need to be. So if your product is amenable to different features, changing the price points, consider doing that. Next, we have the Fireflies campaign. These are earbuds that are wireless, that work with your smartphone. And various different companies have similar products, but they had a good solid campaign, running over $1 million. Some of the things they did is they had a link to their website on their campaign. They seem simple, but people don't do it. They had the early bird pricing that I previously mentioned to get money coming in earlier in the campaign. This is very important. And a very, very nice thing to have, if you can set this up, supplemental testimonial videos. Pretty much every significant Kickstarter campaign has a video, but you're not limited to one. You can have more than one. You can have 2 or 3 or 5 or 10. Video of people that have tried your product and think it's great is very compelling. If you're in a situation where you can do that, I would give you strong advice to consider doing that. It really, there's few things that are as moving to a potential buyer as somebody saying, I tried their product, I really like it. And they're watching a video of them, so their sincerity comes through. Next, we have the campaign for the bagel. This is an interesting tape measure, although tape measure is maybe not the right term for it. It's like a brilliant tape measure. You can, it has like a string that you can measure things with a digital readout. There's a wheel on it that you can roll the device along something to measure it, and there's a laser that you can use to measure things if you can't reach them. A very nice little gadget. Some of the things they used in their campaign were the GIFs, those little mini videos. They did a good job with that. Again, these people use supplemental video talking about their product, and they had press kits. So if you think that your campaign has the potential to get the attention of the press, you need to make it easy for them. Give them high-resolution photos, good videos, the things that they're going to need to put you in their magazine or their website. Next we have TicWatch 2. This is a smartwatch. And it's a round-face smartwatch. Some people prefer that over the, I guess the traditional smartwatch shape would be square. These people use GIFs and supplemental videos, like several of the other campaigns we talked about today. They also have a section where they talk about the media that they've gotten, with like little icons and little quotes about what that particular media said. But what they did that was different is next to the mini quote of like a sentence excerpt out of the article, they had a link to the whole article. So if you have people and they're saying great things about your product, your service, consider linking to the whole article. But do by all means excerpt a little quote, because a lot of people won't go and read the whole article, but some will. So it's sort of a best of both worlds if you have a little teeny quote and a link to the whole thing. But the big campaign of the month was the Superbook. It's an interesting idea. Their premise is that smartphones are very, very powerful, and the limitation is not the brain of the smartphone, it's the screen size and the lack of a keyboard. So they've taken sort of a dumb monitor and keyboard that piggybacks on the brain of your smartphone so that you effectively get a new computer every time you're updating your phone. This right now is for Android only, but if this idea takes off, presumably we'll see a similar product that's for those iOS types. Their campaign was well done. They raised $3 million. And some of the neat things they did is one thing they did that's often overlooked is they came up with a great secondary use of the product and told people about it. In their case, the secondary use was this thing can also be a second monitor for your laptop or your desktop. Another reason to buy the product. They also mentioned Dragon Innovation in their campaign, which is sort of a code for they were vetted by tech professionals, that their idea made sense and that their plans to pull it off made sense. It's an indicator of the success probability of the thing if Dragon Innovation is looked at it and given a thumbs up. Lastly, they talked about the need for computer education in Africa, and they were positioning this as a means to help with that. In terms of, okay, donate one of our Superbooks and we'll send it to Africa, and this will help people that can't afford to get a modern computer. I don't think I mentioned it, but I think these computers here, if that's the right term even, this accessory costs like $99, whereas a full-blown laptop there's a huge range, but call it $500. So much more affordable for people to use. That's it for our coverage for August of 2016. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in a month or so talking about what happens in September. Take care. We'll see you then.